Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Raja Gogasukotar 1719. Every morning, before you wake up, before the world begins to move, a giant fireball rises silently in the sky. That fireball is not just light, it is life itself. The sun is more than a bright object in the sky. It is the heart of our solar system. Without the sun, Earth would freeze in darkness within minutes. But what really is the sun? How was it born? What happens inside it every second? And what will happen when the sun finally dies? Let's begin the journey, step by step, into the heart of the sun. 1. What is the sun? Before we talk about planets, before Earth, before life, we must understand the sun. The sun is not just a bright circle in the sky. It is a gigantic star, burning silently for billions of years. It looks small to our eyes, but that is only because it is far away. In reality, the sun is so massive that more than 1.3 million Earths could fit inside it. Imagine placing Earth inside the sun not once, not 1,000 times, but over 1,000,000 times. The sun contains 99.8% of the total mass of our entire solar system. That means every planet, every moon, every asteroid exists because the sun allows it to exist. Its gravity is so powerful that it holds the whole solar system together like an invisible thread pulling everything toward itself. The sun is made mostly of hydrogen gas, with helium as its second major element. There is no solid ground, no surface to stand on, only blazing hot plasma moving endlessly. At its center, the temperature reaches 15 million degrees Celsius. Here, hydrogen atoms are crushed together, creating enormous energy through a process called nuclear fusion. This energy is the reason Earth is warm, oceans do not freeze, plants grow, life breathes. Every ray of sunlight that touches your skin began its journey deep inside the sun. The sun is not just part of our solar system, it is the reason the solar system exists. And now that we understand what the sun truly is, the next question becomes even more fascinating. How was the sun born? 2. How was the sun born? Before the sun existed, there was no light, no warmth, no earth, no time as we know it. The universe was already billions of years old, yet our solar system had not even begun. About 4.6 billion years ago, a vast cloud of gas and dust drifted silently through space. This cloud was cold, dark, and lifeless. But gravity was waiting. Slowly, almost invisibly, gravity began pulling this cloud inward. Particles moved closer, collisions increased, pressure began to rise. As the cloud collapsed, its center grew denser and hotter with every passing moment. What started as gentle attraction became unstoppable force. Temperature soared, atoms moved faster. The heart of the cloud began to glow. And then something extraordinary happened. Hydrogen atoms were pushed so close together that they fused. This fusion released pure energy. In that exact moment, a star was born. The newborn sun ignited with unimaginable power, sending light and heat outward in all directions. Around this young sun, the remaining gas and dust flattened into a spinning disk. Over millions of years, this disk formed the planets, moons, and asteroids. Earth was born from this cosmic debris, shaped, warmed, and protected by the sun itself. From chaos came order. From darkness came light. From dust came life. The sun did not appear suddenly. It was built by gravity, time, and immense pressure. And once it began to shine, it never stopped. Even today, Billions of years later, the sun continues the same process that began at its birth, burning hydrogen, creating energy, and sustaining everything that orbits around it. But this raises an even deeper mystery. What is happening inside the sun right now? Every second? 3. Inside the sun. The power factory. The sun may look calm from Earth, but inside it, there is unimaginable chaos. Deep within the sun lies its heart, the core. This is the most extreme environment in our entire solar system. The temperature here reaches 15 million degrees Celsius. The pressure is so intense that atoms cannot escape it. Hydrogen nuclei are forced together in a process that defies all normal conditions. This process is called nuclear fusion. Every single second, about 600 million tons of hydrogen are transformed into helium. In this transformation, a small amount of mass disappears, and that lost mass becomes pure energy. This energy is released according to one of the universe's most powerful rules. Mass can become energy. The result is a constant explosion of power, happening silently, endlessly, at the sun's core. But the energy does not reach the surface instantly. After leaving the core, the energy enters the radiative zone. Here, photons move slowly, bouncing endlessly between particles. A single particle of energy can take thousands of years to escape this region. Beyond this lies the convective zone. Here, energy moves like boiling water. Hot material rises toward the surface. Cooler material sinks back down. This continuous motion keeps the sun alive, balanced, and stable. What finally reaches the surface is energy that began its journey long before human civilization existed. The sunlight warming your skin today was born deep inside the sun thousands of years ago. The sun is not a fire fueled by oxygen. It is a self-sustaining nuclear engine, perfectly balanced between gravity pulling inward and energy pushing outward. If this balance ever breaks, the sun would either collapse or explode. But for billions of years, this balance has remained steady. The sun burns, not to destroy, but to sustain. And yet, this immense power does not stay trapped inside. It escapes into space, shaping planets, controlling time, and touching worlds far beyond Earth. Which leads us to the next mystery. What happens on the surface of the sun, and why is it so dangerous? 4. The surface and atmosphere of the sun. From Earth, the sun looks smooth, calm, and unchanging. But this is an illusion. The sun has no solid surface. What we call its surface is actually a glowing layer of hot gas called the photosphere. The temperature here is around 5,500 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt any known material instantly. This is the layer that produces the sunlight our eyes can see. But the sun does not end there. Above the photosphere lies the chromosphere, a region where the temperature begins to rise again. Here, the sun's light takes on a reddish glow, revealing violent motion beneath the calm appearance. Beyond this is the corona, the sun's outer atmosphere. The corona is one of the greatest mysteries in solar science. Instead of cooling down as it moves away from the core, the temperature suddenly increases, reaching millions of degrees Celsius. This extreme heat cannot be fully explained even today. The corona stretches far into space, gradually transforming into the solar wind, a continuous stream of charged particles flowing outward in all directions. This solar wind travels across the entire solar system. When it reaches Earth, it collides with our planet's magnetic field. The result is invisible protection and sometimes spectacular displays of light in the sky. What appears to be a peaceful glowing disk is actually a dynamic, shifting, and extremely dangerous environment. The sun's surface is constantly moving, constantly changing, and constantly releasing energy. The sun is not silent. It roars in waves of plasma, pulses with magnetic energy, and breathes particles into space. And sometimes, that energy is released suddenly and violently. Which leads us to the next chapter. When the sun erupts, what happens to the Earth? 5. Sunspots, solar flares, and solar storms. The sun is alive with energy, and sometimes, that energy breaks free. On the sun's surface, dark regions appear and disappear. These are called sunspots. They are not holes. They are areas where the sun's magnetic field becomes twisted, tangled, and extremely intense. Sunspots look dark only because they are slightly cooler than the surrounding surface, yet they are still hotter than any furnace on Earth. As the sun rotates, these magnetic fields continue to twist. Pressure builds, tension increases, and then the sun releases it. This release is known as a solar flare. A solar flare is a sudden burst of radiation traveling at the speed of light. In seconds, it can flood space with powerful energy. Sometimes, the sun releases something even larger, a coronal mass ejection. In this event, billions of tons of charged particles are thrown into space at millions of kilometers per hour. When these solar storms move toward Earth, they collide with our planet's magnetic field. Most of the time, Earth is protected. Our magnetic field acts like a shield, deflecting dangerous particles away from the surface. But when the storm is strong, its effects can be felt. Satellites can malfunction. GPS systems can lose accuracy. Radio communication can fail. Power grids can be damaged. At the same time, these storms create one of nature's most beautiful phenomena, the auroras. Brilliant curtains of light dance across the polar skies, born from the sun's fury. The same star that gives us life also holds the power to disrupt our technology. The sun is not gentle. It is controlled power. And as our dependence on technology grows, understanding the sun becomes more important than ever. Because when the sun speaks, the entire solar system listens. And that brings us to the next question. Why is the sun so essential to life on Earth? 6. Why the sun is life itself. Imagine a world without the sun. No sunrise, no warmth, no color, no life. Within minutes, Earth would begin to freeze. Within days, plants would stop growing. Within weeks, the food chain would collapse. The sun is not just a source of light, it is the engine of life. Every green plant on Earth depends on sunlight to perform photosynthesis. This single process creates oxygen, produces food, and supports nearly all living organisms. The air you breathe exists because of sunlight. The sun drives Earth's water cycle. It evaporates water from oceans, forms clouds, and brings rain back to the land. Rivers flow, crops grow, life continues. The sun also controls Earth's climate. Its energy determines wind patterns, ocean currents, and seasonal changes. Summer and winter, day and night, growth and rest, all are shaped by the sun. Even time itself is measured by the sun. Days, months, and years exist because Earth moves around this star. At a deeper level, the sun provides stability. Its gravity keeps Earth in a perfect orbit, not too close to burn, not too far to freeze. This delicate balance allows liquid water to exist, a rare and precious condition in the universe. The sun gives energy, but it also gives order. It allows life to evolve, to adapt, and to survive. Every heartbeat, every breath, every living moment is indirectly powered by the sun. The sun does not know us. It does not choose us. Yet without it, we would never have existed. And as powerful as the sun is today, it will not shine forever. Which brings us to the next chapter. What will happen when the sun begins to die? 7. The future of the sun. The sun feels eternal. It rises every day. It has risen for billions of years. But even stars have lifetimes. The sun is currently in the middle stage of its life. It has been shining for about 4.6 billion years, and it will continue to shine for roughly 5 billion more. But change is inevitable. Deep inside the sun, hydrogen fuel is slowly running out. With less hydrogen to burn, the balance between gravity and energy will begin to shift. When this happens, the sun will start to expand. It will grow larger and cooler, transforming into a red giant. As it expands, the sun will engulf the inner planets. Mercury will disappear. Venus will be consumed. Earth's fate is uncertain. It may be swallowed or left scorched and lifeless. Oceans will boil. The atmosphere will be stripped away. All traces of life will vanish. After millions of years as a red giant, the sun will begin to shed its outer layers into space. What remains at the center will be a dense, glowing core, a white dwarf. This remnant will no longer produce energy. It will slowly cool, fading over trillions of years into darkness. The sun will not explode. It will not vanish suddenly. It will end quietly after giving everything it has. Long after humanity is gone. Long after Earth has changed beyond recognition, the remains of our sun will still exist, a silent memory of the star that once gave life. The sun's story is not endless, but it is magnificent. And before it fades, it leaves us with a powerful realization. Humans have always looked at the sun with wonder. Why did ancient civilizations worship it? 8. The sun in ancient civilizations. Long before science explained the sun, humans already understood one truth: the sun was power. Every morning, people watched it rise, bringing warmth, light, and life. Every evening, they feared its disappearance. To ancient civilizations, the sun was not just a star, it was a god. In ancient India, the sun was worshipped as Surya, the giver of health, energy, and life. People believed Surya watched over the world, riding across the sky in a golden chariot. In Egypt, the sun was known as Ra. Ra was believed to sail across the sky during the day and travel through the underworld at night, fighting darkness to rise again at dawn. In ancient Greece, the sun was Helios, who saw everything from above, nothing hidden from his light. The Aztecs believed the sun demanded strength and sacrifice to keep moving across the sky. They feared that if the sun stopped, the world would end. Across cultures, the sun became a symbol of truth, time, rebirth, and order. Temples were aligned with the sunrise. Festivals were timed by solar cycles. Farming followed the sun's rhythm. Even today, our calendars, our clocks, and our seasons are still guided by the sun. Ancient people may not have known about nuclear fusion, but they understood something just as important: life follows light. The sun shaped beliefs, stories, rituals, and civilizations. It stood at the center of both the sky and the human imagination. And yet, modern science has revealed something even more astonishing. The sun is full of secrets that still surprise us. 9. Amazing facts about the sun. The more we study the sun, the more surprising it becomes. Sunlight feels instant, But in reality, it takes about 8 minutes for light to travel from the sun to Earth. If the sun were to disappear suddenly, we would not know it right away. For 8 minutes, the sky would look perfectly normal. The sun is so massive that its gravity controls the paths of all the planets. Yet compared to other stars in the universe, the sun is only average in size. There are stars hundreds of times larger, burning far brighter and dying far faster. The sun appears yellow to our eyes, but in reality, it emits all colors of light. From space, the sun is actually white. The sun is also incredibly loud. Though sound cannot travel through space, scientists have detected vibrations within the sun, deep oscillations that ripple through its interior, like a constant cosmic hum. The sun loses about 4 million tons of mass every second as energy is released into space, yet it remains stable, continuing to shine without interruption. The sun's magnetic field flips its direction, approximately every 11 years. This solar cycle affects sunspots, solar storms, and space weather around Earth. Even after centuries of study, the sun still holds mysteries. We do not fully understand why the corona is hotter than the surface. We continue to discover new patterns in its behavior. The star that seems so familiar is still a frontier of exploration. And as much as we know, one final truth remains. The sun is not just an object of science. It is a story of energy, time, and life itself. Which brings us to the final chapter. What does the sun mean for us today, and why should we never stop studying it? 10. The sun. Final reflections. Every story has an ending, but the sun's story is still being written. For billions of years, the sun has burned without pause, not for itself, but for everything around it. It shaped planets from dust. It warmed a lifeless rock until life emerged. It guided ancient civilizations and now powers modern technology. Every second, the sun reminds us of a simple truth. We are connected to the universe. The energy that lights our cities, feeds our crops, and warms our skin was born in a star. Studying the sun is not just about science. It is about understanding our place in the cosmos. The more we learn about the sun, the more we realize how fragile and rare life truly is. One day, the sun will fade, but until then, it will rise every morning, silent, powerful, and essential. The next time you see sunlight touch the earth, pause for a moment. That light has traveled millions of kilometers, endured thousands of years inside a star, just to reach you. The sun does not know our names, yet without it, none of us would exist. This is the story of the sun, not just the star at the center of our solar system, but the heart of life itself. So friends, this was today's amazing information. Hope you liked this video and learned something new. If you found the video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you again in the next video with another new and surprising thing. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned to learn. Jai Goga Sikatar Ma.